This is the current situation in Kuala Lumpur, 13 April 2020. Hello, this is Jason. This video is just an update on what is going on in Malaysia to combat COVID-19. As you know, currently COVID-19 has been declared a pandemic by World Health Organization. As today, which is day 28 of the quarantine, you can see I'm currently staying in my own house and talking to my cat on daily basis. So as in 14 April, Malaysia Health Ministries have reported a total number of cases 4,987 with 82 deaths. For the reported number currently, we have a total number of 2,478 of them have actually recovered from COVID-19 and 2,427 of them are still undergoing treatment. Just a matter of fact, currently in Malaysia, we are not actually having a state of emergency or total lockdown. In fact, we have a new rule set by the government which is called Movement Control Order, or in short, we call it as MCO. Generally, the understanding is the people still able to go out or go to work. However, it has to be for essential purposes only. Due to this order, most of the essential businesses will keep on running. However, as for non-essential businesses, have to be closed down. The MCO has started back in March 18 and it has lasted a month since the implementation. Beginning today, April 15, the MCO has entered its third phase in an effort to break the chain of COVID-19 infection. This gives the authority more power to arrest anyone who defy the order and detain them for legal action. If the perpetrator was found guilty, the court could impose jail sentence up to 2 years. As in April 30, Malaysia Defence Ministry has recorded a total number of 9,090 people who have been detained for defying the order. And of course, due to this order, events that involving public gathering and religious gathering all have to be cancelled. With this order, it doesn't just affect the event sector as well. However, it also affected the education sector as well, where public school, kindergartens, private school and etc. had to be closed down. As for universities, some of them are still operating, however some of them are transitioning into online learning and some of the universities have to be closed down during this period. Authorities involving police and military have set up multiple roadblocks across the nation. So due to this, long distance train and bus are banned, interstate and inter-district travel are banned as well. As for public transport, they are only able to operate fewer hours comparing to their previous usual hours before. So let's say if there is an individual who like to drive out to buy some grocery and it happens to be blocked by the police, technically you can still do that. However, you need to have a valid document to verify that you are actually living the nearby area. Plus, if you wanted to do it, only one member from the family able to go out. And it must be done within 10 kilometers radius from your house. As for the airport are still open as usual. However, the people are not allowed to fly out for holidays. With this order, restriction had been imposed on the entry of all tourists and foreign visitors into the country. As for Malaysia, who have just returned from the overseas, they are required to undergo mandatory health check and quarantine for 14 days at quarantine centers. And of course, there are charter bus to ferry the passengers from the airport to the quarantine centers. And some of the quarantine center looks just like this, and like this. So for the homeless people, the Federal Territories Ministry has set up a temporary shelter for them, where they have been installed as individual cubicles for them to ensure that proper social distancing is being practiced. Of course, the homeless people are being provided food and beverages throughout the period. As for the restaurants and the cafes, the operator actually have to stack up the chair and table to prevent anyone from dining in. So at the momentarily, they are only able to allow to operate for takeaway services and delivery services. And of course, if the operator fails to follow the order from the authority, they will be either getting a fine or jail term. So what about malls, supermarket and groceries? Technically, you are still able to go inside a supermarket and purchase some stuff. However, there are few precautions taken by the supermarket management. So before you enter into the premises, officers will be ready to take your temperature. Plus, some supermarket requires the customers to use the hand sanitizer before they went into the premises. Some supermarkets also limiting the amount of people entering into the premises, where they allow certain quantities of customers enter into the area. Although there is no government order that requires people to wearing a face mask, however, most of them you can see in the supermarket are wearing their own face masks and some even wearing gloves when they are going for shopping. In the beginning of the order, there are chaos happening in the supermarket. where people started to panic buying. However, as the time goes, everything started to calm down. And people also have started to have this awareness of social distancing and practice their own personal hygiene. Due to this tough period, some supermarkets have started their own initiative to doing something different, where some of them actually introduce drive-through services where the patrons able to make purchases through website or online. Later on, came to the supermarket to pick up the item themselves. So with that, the customer don't have to leave their vehicle and expose themselves to a potential hazard. So, how was your country dealing with the virus? You can share it in the comments below. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next episode.